Right.
So I can show you how to play like the basic standard kind of morning program, starting with Nama Om, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, and then the Maha Mantra, and then the end of the kirtan, the build up. So generally, depending on who's leading, you can do different things with the kirtan, with the beat, with the speed, and you can build up the speed and then bring it down like that. There's different styles of kirtan, the standard style, and I'll show like the most simplified, basic things that you can start with. The first one, like we call it the Prabhupada mantra. Simplified beat. It's quite easy to catch, and from there we progress to more of like a mid-range beat. Now you can put a few variations within this. Basic, simple. This is getting a little more fancy. This is called Tihayo. We play this at the end of the mantra where it's Rama Rama Hare Hare. We play something which is called the double beats, which is it's fast. It's double the single time. Single means 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and double means that's the double beat. So the single beat is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the double beat is, it's like clapping. It's double the measure. So usually we play it like this. Make it louder. And use the whole hand. And then as the leader progresses in the speed, then he can go. You can also flick with this finger. It's accenting the beat more. If you want to get a little fancy, then you go. These are just like break beats, or we put in a few delays like that. But a very simplified version of this, if you can't get accustomed to this, is this. You can start off very slow. First, one slap and open. But you're keeping the beat with a small head. Then you can play that open if you want, or just with one finger. This is another kind of double beat. Double speed. You can speed it up as well. If you want to get a little fancy, then you put it in. How you can actually apply that. You do like Nama Krishna Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Get that foundation strong and focus on keeping it simple and catch the beat and hold the beat. And the most important factor above everything else is to be able to chant, be able to hear and chant at the same time as playing Mridanga. Because if by playing Mridanga you're not hearing or chanting properly, or you can't chant because you're putting more attention to the Mridanga, better simplify your Mridanga playing so that you can chant and hear because the focus is the holy name, not the Mridanga. Sometimes people come and they have a different mentality and they'll use the Mridanga as a facility for expressing their ego. But the idea is that we're using our body just like we're using the Mridanga as an instrument in the service of the holy name. So we're using our body, our mind, our senses as an instrument to spread the holy name, to facilitate the holy name. So if by playing Mridanga becomes a distraction from the holy name, better not. Or better make it simple enough that you can chant and play simultaneously.
That's what I do.
I mean, initially you'll have to give some attention to what's going on with the Mridanga and how it connects and fits with the frame of the kirtan and the melodies and the mood of the leader. That's why he's called the leader. You have to follow the leader. Not that the leader's following the Mridanga. He's the leader, he's leading the kirtan, so you follow the way he's progressing. That's a little bit of an art to know what the leader wants to do, when, how, in his progression. But the most important thing is that you're capable of chanting Hare Krishna while playing Mridanga. And the best way to do that is by leading and playing Mridanga at the same time. And practicing at home, and as you're playing at home, you chant. Personally, I've never taken any lessons. I've just learned by coming and sitting in the kirtan. And I personally felt I couldn't sit for hours and hours and practice mantras, and practice mantra, practice mantras. I would rather sit in the temple and chant Hare Krishna and play along with the devotees simply, and then progress. Naturally it will build up. More and more things will. First you have to bake the cake, then you decorate the cake. So when you get the foundation first. So I hope this is sufficient. My slap, I mostly never leave that much. That's as far as I go from the drum.
Tiek toliausiai pasitraukiamas.
People think, it's all muscle in it, but it's actually, I'm very thin. Most of the Mridanga playing I do is in the wrist.
Riešas.
In the wrist work. It's flicks, fingers and flicks. So there's different types of closed sounds you can get. One is like that, completely flat. Another one is with all the fingertips. But I mostly use the slap technique, where I'm using this portion of the hand. Like that, with the index finger. And then the other fingers, just 2 and 3 sometimes touch. But mostly it's this one. And the sound, it's a lot more of a heavier sound. Slap. The hand never goes further than that. You don't. People like it's all. It's nothing to do with muscle. It's all on the wrist. That's the sound you need to get. More of a accented sound. This is how a Mridanga should sound. Like this exact sound, this low bass frequency and high sweet head. Anything other than this is, if it's too low, maybe because of the weather, or too high because of the sun. This is actually the sound that you want. So anything else?
Open.
I mean, that's the good thing with learning, is the Mridanga teacher will show you mantras. A lot of the mantra program is just practicing to loosen up your hands. And shows you how to actually apply the hits. I mean, there's different hits, different sounds. It's like you can even hit flat. It's an open sound. Sometimes I do a closed sound with these two fingertips. Generally, I'm hitting, like, as you can see, the callus. This is quite bad because before this Mridanga had a high rim. So the rim, I brought it down, but still. Some people hit a little closer, some people hit like more there. Depends on which hit you feel comfortable with. I've been accustomed to hitting with this much of that. Idealistically, the Mridanga should be more level, like this is level there. So then you're not contacting so much of the rim. It should be equal. Then that's the sound you want. Like that much space you need to go off the Mridanga at the most. Guru mantra is they use that mostly for this Tara Brahmak Kirtan style. Anjapur uses some of it. But I don't know the mantras, the full mantra program myself. I just kind of follow the other Mridanga players. I have a little idea of what it's about, but I wouldn't say I'm good enough to teach it or show it. But it's basically something like This is the Guru aspect of it. The Guru is like that sound. Get the full mantra program of how that is applied and where the progression is like that. Somebody like Vrindavan or Himakana or Babu could show you. I'm not so conversant in that area. But the application of it is like this.
It's the same.
Understand. I haven't sat down with someone who knows, but speculation.
This is the same like picture.
That you have to check. I'm not too sure. I've just been whatever hearing in the kirtan.
You know, the high with good. No, like very.
The T high comes according to different. According to the different beats, there's the 3 beat and the 2 beats, there's different kinds of T-highs. But to get that, what time are you leaving today?
4, 5, or latest 6 the car goes, I think.
You sharing a taxi? This is one type of T-high. Slower program. I would say just come and watch because I don't know the T-highs by heart. They come as we're building it.
And
a lot of what I'm doing is quite spontaneous. It's on the moment in the kirtan. And this slide, simple. You put your hand like this and you hit in the middle.
It's magic for me.
it's fingers.
Yeah.
3 fingers?
You can do 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever. But that's the sound you want to get, and it's as soon as you hear the sound, you slide. This is one type of slide. Another type is straight down.
Different.
Different sound. little different. Then there's a third slide which is there. That part of the hand.
What's the difference? Different sound.
Sound is a little different and at high speed. This one is a lot easier to play than that. That's a T high with a slide. You apply pressure.
It's about
This and
It's using both the kinds of slides. This one we mostly use for the tutal. You also apply pressure at an angle.
about this compo.
That's another way of doing it. And another one is
and this is one open, one und. Может, это больше не еще на моем. Что нарел?
can just do like this. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare
This is the high.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Maybe you tahai, this tahai, half. With this hand also?
Yeah.
This. Without this.
Similar to Guru. Now to get that technique, I would say you go to Mridanga teacher.
No.
And he can show you that tea high, he can show you so many more tea highs. I'm very limited in what I know.
Yeah.
So I hope this is enough people.
Yeah, thank you very much. Rādžas izpuķēja. Rādža, kaip ten su trim rankom grojo.
Su trim rankom grojo. Ar ketvirtą atsirado kažkur. Kaip jis tai padaro?
Tai va, Rādža čia izpuķēja.
Krishna, Krishna.
Žiūrėk, parekote. Aš to atėjau.
Hare Rama.